What up, everybody? Welcome back to Wrestling Hub. We have some interesting news coming out regarding Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez, Judgment Day, and what WWE could potential have planned for her future. And honestly, this could be the beginning of a very interesting next chapter for Roxanne Perez. According to reports from Fightful Select and WrestleVotes Radio's, WWE may be considering using Roxanne Perez's current situation within the Judgment Day as a part of a bigger storyline that could eventually lead to a major push for her. And if this report ends up becoming reality, WWE could be setting up Roxanne for something much bigger down the road. So let's break down exactly what is being reported, why Roxanne's current position is important, and what this could potentially mean for her future in WWE. Right now, Roxanne Perez finds herself in a very interesting position. She's alongside Liv Morgan. She's alongside Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who currently hold the championships, while Roxanne herself does not have a championship gold. And that creates something WWE can potentially use as a part of her character development. Think about the story. Roxanne is right there with the champions. She's part of one of the most recognizable groups on WWE television. Honestly, I hate the Judgment Day. I hate this Judgment Day era. I liked Edge's, Priest, and Finn Balor's one. She's involved in major storylines, but at the same time, she's watching other people win championships while she remains without one. That creates neutral frustration. It creates motivation, and most importantly, it gives WWE an easy storyline to build. Because eventually Roxanne could start asking herself, why am I helping everybody else become championships when I could be chasing that championship myself? And that could be where things start getting really interesting. The reported bigger push. The big part of this report is that WWE may be considering a bigger push for Roxanne Perez. Now, obviously, we need to make something clear. This is a report. It does not mean WWE has officially announced a Roxanne Perez championship run. It does not mean we know exactly when the push will happen. And it does not mean every detail of the report is guaranteed to become a reality. Plans in WWE can always change, but the idea itself makes a lot of sense. Roxanne Perez has already established herself as one of the younger talents WWE could potentially build around for years. She has experience, she has history from NXT, she has already competed in major matches, and now she's getting more exposure on the main roster. So if WWE wants to start developing another major women's division star, Roxanne could absolutely be somebody they look at. The Judgment Day story. And this is where I think the Judgment Day situation becomes extremely important. If Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez continue holding championship gold while Roxanne remains without a title, WWE could potentially turn that into a motivation for Roxanne's next chapter. Imagine Roxanne slowly realizing that she's always been the one standing next to the champions. She's helping them, she's protecting them, she's supporting them. But when is somebody going to do the same for her? That could eventually lead to television. And WWE doesn't necessarily have to rush it. That's actually what I think could make this story work. You don't need Roxanne to suddenly turn on everybody next week. You could slowly build the frustration. Maybe she starts becoming more aggressive. Maybe she starts taking opponents for herself. Maybe she begins questioning Judgment Day. Maybe Liv and Raquel start realizing Roxanne isn't the same person she was when she first joined them. And eventually something happens. Roxanne is future champion. Let's be honest, Roxanne becoming a major championship contender is not a crazy idea at all. She already has the wrestling ability, she already has experience, and WWE has a huge opportunity to give her a story that actually means something. Instead of simply saying Roxanne is getting a push because WWE likes her, you can give the audience a reason to care. She spent months watching other people accomplish what she wanted. She sacrificed for the group. She helped the champions. She stood beside the champion belts that she wanted for herself. Eventually, frustration can become motivation. And that's the motivation can turn into ambition. And ambition can turn into a championship run. That's much more compelling. That's a much more compelling story. Could she break away from the Judgment Day? Now, here's the question. Could this eventually lead to Roxanne Perez leaving the Judgment? That's where things get really interesting. Because we're already seeing WWE use Judgment Day as a major launching point for different stories. If Roxanne eventually decides that being part of the group is holding her back, WWE could use that as the catalyst for the next chapter. And if they want to make her a babyface, the story is already there, sitting right there. Roxanne isn't necessarily leaving because she hates everyone. She's leaving because she wants to become something more. She wants to prove that she can stand on her own. She wants a championship gold, and she wants to stop being viewed as somebody else's sidekick. That could be a powerful moment. Personally, I think WWE should take their time with this. Don't rush the breakup. Don't rush the championship victory. Build Roxanne slowly. Let the audience see her frustration. Let the audience see her become more confident. Let her start winning bigger matches. Let her eventually earn a championship opportunity. And then, when the moment is right, give her the title. Because if WWE does this correctly, Roxanne Perez could go from being somebody standing next to the champions to becoming the champion. The champion. And that's exactly the kind of chapter progression that can make somebody feel like a much bigger superstar. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think WWE should give Roxanne Perez a major push? Do you think she should eventually leave Judgment Day? And more importantly, do you think Roxanne could become a future Women's World Championship in WWE? Because personally, I think the potential is definitely there. The biggest question is whether WWE actually commits to the story. The report is interesting, the timing is interesting, and Roxanne's current position within JoJo could give WWE the perfect foundation for a major storyline. If WWE plays this correctly, we could eventually look back at this period and realize that this was the beginning of Roxanne Perez's rise. But we'll have to wait and see. Make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub for more WWE news, rumors, reports, reactions, and updates. Turn on notifications. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story. And let me know your thoughts down below. Should WWE give Roxanne Perez the bigger push? I'll see you in the next one. Wrestling Hub out. Actually, yes, I do think that should happen. Also, I'm going to touch base on something. I've been seeing how the Judgment Day has not been getting along. So I do think Roxanne Perez will leave the Judgment Day just like Finn did. I'm hoping the story's not predictable. But make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're out. Peace.